Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm McClaw Scott, and today we are reviewing Asteroid City, the 11th feature film by Wes Anderson.
11th. Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, he's directed a ton of things, including, shorts, the concept for Bottle Rocket. But yeah, this is like the 11th motion picture feature film, and what definition wise in box office, because even prior to, he didn't release anything during the pandemic. Oh, that's not true. Well, it was towards the tail end with the last film. The French Dispatch was in 2021. So this one is the film to usher us into the summer. And I felt like it was really very much so about, again, like father relationships, which I guess for us in New York came out a little earlier relative to wide distribution. So saw it around Father's Day weekend. I was going to ask you, what were your initial thoughts?
So I had seen the trailers. I thought it looked very Wes Anderson-ish, right? It clearly has a very distinct look and feel. I wasn't really sure what the storyline was going to be, though. Scarlett Johansson, of course, we see her a lot, but there were new people who we haven't really seen in a lot of movies from Wes Anderson before, right? Tom Hanks, I think, is relatively new to the Wes Anderson universe. So it was hard to kind of know how I felt. And I will say that Asteroid City is probably not my favorite Wes Anderson, but it was good and entertaining, and I'm glad I saw it, and it was a fun night at the theater. So yeah, which is really, it's more about the aesthetic than it is about the story, which for a lot of other films, I would say that's terrible. I wouldn't want to watch a lot of other films where the story is not the driving, compelling element, but it works for him. So
yeah, I would have to agree. So I've been on the lookout for this film ever since the trailers dropped. I didn't expect the play or the film within the play plot, and it's the meta plot. So it's the decisions driven by a director, and then all of a sudden it's this kind of technicolor, like beautifully saturated, kind of cartoony view on this father and him getting his child to this event where there's really cool, like retro futuristic, like inventors and all this fun stuff in the middle of the desert. And I wish that kind of it focused on solely on, the events of that transpire over this period of time of the kids, becoming, whatever, junior stargazers and all the developments. I just thought that was so fun and cool and creative, but largely the story was lost on me. I understood, what was transpiring behind the scenes, but I also felt like it was a little distracting because you want to be part of that storytelling and to understand. And there were definitely funny scenes, but I agree, this wasn't my favorite. It's probably one of my favorites aesthetically, but in terms of story, it was just okay. I just felt like it was a lot of people who probably wanted to, like, wait to work with them, like Bryan Cranston, Margot Robbie, even though her scenes were few. I think there's like 2. Yeah, I really like it aesthetically. It has definitely that view, and I like the animated portions of the film. And in particularly one scene. But other than that, I just thought, it's okay.
I did like Steve Carell. I mean, I feel like a lot of people who were in it, I almost didn't recognize.
Yes, yeah, you have to say,
I did not recognize Margot Robbie until, the second area where she comes in. But I was just like, oh. So yeah.
Even Tom Hanks, I was just like, wait, is that him? Oh my gosh, he looks so different. Like, he's very salt and pepper now.
Yes. It happens.
Well, it looks great on him. It's like somebody that you just like grow up seeing all the time, and then it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go to the slides. Okay, so 25 and 24, very, very
Yeah.
close.
I definitely think that like acting was great. Costumes, hair and makeup for me really blew it out of the park.
Mm.
Jason Schwartzman as kind of like this dad who needs to deliver bad news to the kids, but he also wants to like help his son, achieve these things, and he's going through all this internal conflict that you kind of see and you can read on his face.
Mm.
But I just loved all the direction there with the styling, Scarlett Johansson and her character, the look. Mentioned the story kind of fell flat. I love the special effects. So the alien I thought was the most hilarious part, and it's always fun to watch the expectations of aliens when you see films like this. So it's like, oh, we know something's out there, and then when it happens, you expect something so grand, and it's like it's like this. And it's really funny. And also the Roadrunner at the end, it's like you're almost anticipating the Wile E. Coyote due to like the cinematography and the color saturation and all this stuff. It looks very Acme.
Mhm.
Very funny.
I didn't give costumes and hair and makeup a 3. They were done very well, but they were also very flat to the character. Like, what would a Hollywood actress bringing her daughter to the middle of the desert wear? Like that, it was very stereotypical of like that. And I felt like it could have been more. And hair and makeup, the same thing. Like it was well done and it was as expected, but it wasn't more than expected. I wanted the soundtrack to be more than it was.
Same.
The special effects, I did like the Roadrunner. I did like the alien, but I thought the special effects there were very flat, which is like, fits in with the aesthetic. So
yes,
I just gave
yeah.
it a 2. Like it didn't blow me away technically, right?
Yes, very much
That wasn't
so.
the intention.
I think like maybe that was the intent of like, something that's so super hyped, and then you look at it and it's just like, what?
Right, like you expected to see like the fishing line holding up the spaceship.
Yeah.
Do you have any other thoughts and feelings about Asteroid City?
Thought it was good. Maybe I need to watch it a second time. Overall, it was okay. How about you?
No, I mean, I like we'll put it in, we'll file it away with the Wes Anderson anthology and we'll wait for the next one.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks so much for watching and we will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.